Welcome to the second edition of MakerPipe Mondays, where we review your builds that have been posted to the community. MakerPipe Connect is a platform for you to share your builds, get inspired with new ones, and ask questions. It's completely free on our website and is great for beginner builders and experienced alike. Click the link down below to check it out. Now let's get on to the builds. First one we have is from Jonathan. Jonathan made this great motorcycle storage rack. I've thought about doing this a lot of times and he pulled it off great. He used just a few connectors and mounted MakerPipe onto his motorcycle so he could carry luggage and different things on his motorcycle. Here you can see the bags that he put on there, and he said it could hold maybe 40 to 50 pounds and a lot of space. I think he's got groceries in the bags on this one. Here's a good picture of the connectors he used. He used some T's down here. It looks like he made these brackets where he used the center section of the 90 degree to bolt on. And then he mentioned that he used off-the-shelf components here, electrical components, and then replaced it with a T connector and then an end cap in that situation. We get a lot of questions about that where people aren't sure how to pull off an elbow. And the best way is just use a T connector and then use an end cap plug to finish it off. But great build. So glad to see that. Thanks for posting it, Jonathan. Next one is by Mike. Mike did the kayak storage last week's MakerPipe Monday, and this is just ingenious. He used one 90-degree connector to create this trolling motor steering system. So he's got two pipes going out this way connected to the cables, and I think they connect to foot pedals in his kayak, and he can zoom around in his kayak with the help of conduit MakerPipe. Super cool. Thanks for sharing, Mike. We have another Michael. He made this great pigeon and chicken enclosure for his backyard. Looks great. He's got a few different connectors here. He covered the whole thing with chicken wire, and just looks like a great place for them to be in his backyard. And his backyard looks great. I don't know where he lives, but looks like a paradise. So awesome job. Thanks for sharing. Steve built this table for his Orchid Hut. And what I think is so cool about this is the way that he mounted the conduit into the wooden frame. He made these plates that looks like it's just a drilled hole that fits the conduit, and then he's able to span this whole distance and hold up the bottom piece of conduit, which is a great idea. It looks like it worked really well. And then he's got 3 supports, so he used 6 connectors there, and probably another 4 for the top, so 10 connectors total. Gives him this great workbench for his Orchid Hut. It's great. Thanks for sharing. Next one here is by Doug. Doug's a Kickstarter backer. Thanks, Doug. We've known Doug for a while, and pretty soon after getting his connectors from the Kickstarter, he made this recycling bin storage, and just 4 different levels to separate his recycling. I think he uses it in the garage in the house and then wheels it out to the road when it's ready, and it just came out great. And we've talked to Doug recently, and it's still in operation and still working great. So we really appreciate it. Thanks for backing us, Doug, and thanks for sharing your build. Next one is by Sue. Sue's also a Kickstarter backer. Thank you, Sue. And she did this garage storage, which has got to be one of the best examples of garage storage that I've seen. It's really clean and did a great job. She used all T connectors for this storage. You could easily substitute these with 180s or use 90s here, but T's work great, and this turned out fantastic. A nice detail was where she took and mounted the vertical pipe to this baseboard here with some 1-hole straps that really made it secure. Also using the 7/8 inch rubber feet, which fit on conduit perfect and really are great for feet for hard surfaces. So we've got a link in in the community for those as well. So check that out. But great build, Sue. Thanks so much for sharing. Next up, we've got Ethan's build. Ethan is a YouTube creator that we've met a while ago, and he did this great video where he made an accessory for his table saw. He made this combination tool storage and also outfeed table. And an outfeed table, just as you're running material through a table saw, it gives you some extra work surface on the end. And that's what he did here. He used a really ingenious way to incorporate the outside 90 pieces where it snaps on, and he can roll it around, and wherever he's working, whether it's in the driveway or in the shop, it's right there and there. So Ethan's got a great channel on YouTube. Please go check it out. And he's been a great supporter, so thanks so much, Ethan. We really appreciate you sharing. Next one is from our good friend Jim. Jim is a drone racer, and that's something that I've been into in the past, and he has really mastered building gates. And in drone racing, you fly through different obstacles, and it's really a DIY sort of thing where you have to build your own. They have fabric here, and then pipe that holds the fabric in place so you can fly through it. And he did a quick video here, and it really came out great. He goes through the different methods he uses for building it and how he kind of improved it over the way. So check that out if you're into drone racing and want to build some gates. It's also, great for outdoor builds as well, because I think a couple of the techniques can cross over. So thanks, Jim. Appreciate you posting that. We have here our friend Nick. Nick was recently traveling the country looking for his next home with his family, and landed here in South Carolina near us. Met Nick and his family one day, and they were buying a house. They've since moved in, but they had an apartment they were trying to make work for a short period of time, and they had this kind of strange space in their kitchen and needed a way to hold their pots and pans and different things. And this is what they came up with, and I think it's so cool. They've got this shelf here, some storage underneath for different things and the garbage, and then the way that he mounted the pots and pans I thought was fantastic. He took a piece of conduit and some metal rings and S-hooks that he picked up at Lowe's and was able to make some really simple and affordable pot storage. So fantastic job. Thanks, Nick. And last, we have another build from Rita. This is their outdoor raised bed. And the thing that makes this so cool is it is a raised bed that uses maker pipe as the frame and then hay bales to keep everything in place. And one of the great things about that is as the hay bales decompose and compost, it gives extra nutrients for the garden. And I know Rita's been doing this for a couple years, and there's been a couple different iterations. So we can't wait to see what she comes up with next and how her garden's progressing. But it's fantastic. Used a lot of tees, and then you've got a trellis here for the climbers, and some shade cloth. Really came out great. Thanks for sharing, Rita. All right, well, that brings Maker Pipe Monday to a close. Be sure to check out the community yourself and share any builds or ask any questions that you have. And we couldn't do it without you. We got a lot of plans set for the YouTube channel. And thanks to all the subscribers. We recently went over 100 subscribers, which makes us super happy. And we couldn't do it without you. So thanks so much. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.